Morgan. Ben Reynolds, he puts it in. Oh, the uprights are in, the road shouts are in!
Okay, Tony, well, let's start with this try from South Sydney's Paul Carter against the Dragons. Did Josh Dugan ground the ball here?
No, he didn't. For him to ground the ball, he's got to put downward pressure on the ball. He contacts the ball, but the ball is knocked forward. It's play on. The ball's live and the Rabbitohs are entitled to ground the ball.
Okay, and there was also some suggestion that Carter might have actually knocked the ball on before that try. Is that the case?
Yeah, following the touch by Dugan, there's contact with the legs of Burgess. That doesn't constitute a knock on, and then Carter, there's no contact by his hand until he places that downward pressure on. It's a correct try to the Rabbitohs.
Okay, and this Michael Morgan grounding was similar in the Cowboys-Broncos match. Can you talk us through this particular incident?
Yeah, similar. There's no downward pressure. For a try to be scored or the ball to be grounded, it needs to have downward pressure on it. So on this occasion, you see that Morgan touches the ball, but he also knocks the ball down. There's not a downward pressure on it.
Okay, and this James Seguiaro no try against the Titans. Are you comfortable with the ruling that that was held up?
Yeah, I am. The review officials looked at every available angle and confirmed that there was insufficient evidence to overturn it. There's a number of angles viewed, and they need that sufficiency to overturn that live call. The referees are in really good position. There is some debate around it, but comfortable that they followed the correct process.
Okay, well, moving on, the Roosters' Latrell Mitchell. He was sin-binned for a professional foul following this tackle on Josh Reynolds. Are you comfortable with that decision?
Yeah, I certainly am. There's a long break made. The player then tackled him. The tackle was complete, and at that point, Mitchell stays involved in the tackle and tries to steal the ball. That's a professional foul. We've been consistent throughout the season on this. With that distance of play, the defensive line, the actions of Mitchell constitutes a penalty and also a professional foul.
Well, there were some thoughts that maybe that was a one-on-one strip. Can you just define the difference between the two?
Yeah, there is. A player has an opportunity to make a one-on-one strip and take the ball off a player prior to the tackle being complete. The involvement here by Latrell Mitchell is post the tackle being complete. After the break, he's not entitled to take the ball. We've seen plenty of penalties given this year in general play. This one, because of the length of the break and the deliberacy of the act, constitutes a professional foul.
Okay, well, in the same match, Blake Ferguson, he was pulled up for an obstruction on Josh Morris here. Were the actions of Josh Morris taken into consideration when the referee was making that call?
Yeah, they certainly were. But the actions of Ferguson to push him out of the road, Josh Morris is entitled to return back towards the ball. He was doing that. The actions of Ferguson took him out of the play and any opportunity he had to be involved in that play. It also had some impact on Rona's ability to catch the ball. As a result, a try could not be given to the Roosters and was correctly overturned and a penalty awarded to the Bulldogs.
Okay, well, there was a similar incident in last night's match between the Eels and Storm. This push by Cooper Cronk, can you just talk us through that one? Yeah,
similar. A player's not in possession. He can't be pushed out of the road and prevented from being involved in the play. They're both try-scoring plays. They were checked and correctly ruled that they were penalised for those actions.
Okay, there was also another obstruction call from the Roosters-Bulldogs match. Mitchell Orbison no try because of an obstruction on Greg Eastwood. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, there was. The player, Roosters lead runner, stopped in the line. The play went beside him. Latrell Mitchell goes through that space. Eastwood is impeded and contacts the lead runner and is unable to assist in the tackle process. That's an obstruction and was correctly penalised.
Okay, and just lastly, going back to the Eels Storm match, Michael Gordon was pulled up here for being an out-of-play player. Can you just define or explain the ruling around an out-of-play player?
Yeah, an out-of-play player is an attacking player who is in front of the play of the ball at the time in which the ball is played. He's in a position where he's in front of that and he's unable to be involved in the play until the next play of the ball or retreat back to where that play of the ball occurs. Michael Gordon did neither of those. Actively became involved in the play when he caught the pass and was correctly penalised for his actions.
So a great pick up there by the referee.
Yeah, it was a very good pick up. I was really happy with how the referees refereed over the weekend. I thought they did a fine job and hopefully building into this round and then State of Origin.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Tony.
Thank you.